I'm Liv Cooper and I'm from Birds of Poole Harbour, where I work on the Poole Harbour Osprey project. Today marks a whole week since CJ7 first turned up on the live stream webcam, and we're really overwhelmed by the number of people who've been watching over the past week. We want to show you a few highlights from the past week and also talk a bit about what's been going on and also what we hope to see from the future. So CJ7 first arrived on the Nest camera at 5:55 in the morning on the 8th of April. It took us a bit by surprise that it took her this long to get onto the Nest actually, as she first arrived in the harbour on the 2nd of April and then spent almost a week exploring the harbour. We didn't expect to do this so much this year, as she became quite familiar with the Nest that we've got the camera on with LS7 last year, where they spent a lot of time pair bonding. Since arriving, she's been bringing in nesting material and shaping the nest, which is a great sign that this is where she wants to stay. So those who've been watching the camera have seen her been doing battle with different pieces of nesting material, big sticks, pieces of heather that she keeps moving around the nest. You know, she's even been egg cupping, so she's been digging out egg cups on the nest, which we started to see a few days in. And it's amazing to see her do these behaviours. She's clearly ready to breed, just waiting for LS7 or indeed another male to show up, which is really exciting for us over the next couple of weeks. Building up the nest using new nesting material is a crucial part of osprey behaviour. They often use the same nest year on year, and so they have to repair any damage done. So it's not just those using a nesting platform that will do this. All ospreys will do this when they arrive back in the spring. Another behaviour you'll also see across the board is ospreys defending their nest, and we were really interested to watch CJ7 react to a red kite going over on the nest cam, where she's really well defending the nest. She's doing this behaviour called mantling, where she spreads out her wings and is making herself large enough to defend the nest. If you watch carefully, you might be able to see the red kite dipping in and out of the picture, which you can see her follow sharply with her head. And hopefully we won't just have red kites coming over the nest soon, hopefully we'll have another osprey. Speaking of other ospreys, we had a lot of people asking about LS7, the male who's returned from our translocation project and pair bonded with CJ7 last summer. Well, we've had a lot of questions wondering where he is, if he's alive, lots of things like that, and hopefully we'll see him back. He's only a 3-year-old bird at this point, and 3-year-old birds can take longer to come back. We can expect to see him as late as mid-May or even later, and it is possible for them to breed into late April, so we don't need to worry just yet. But there is chances of other birds coming through as well, but it's most likely that if we are to have a nest this year, it will be with LS7. I mentioned earlier about CJ7 displaying this behaviour called egg cupping, so where she's actually scraping out a dip in the nest, which will be perfect for laying eggs into. So the nest actually changes shape throughout the season. It starts off quite dipped and becomes more flat as chicks grow and become ready to fledge themselves. Lots of people have been noticing that CJ7's been spending time on the actual camera pole, which we've been watching the webcam from. She also has been spending time in trees nearby, we presume. There's lots of good deadwood trees about, and she can go around the harbour as well. So if she's not spending her time on the nest, she'll be doing other things like fishing or just perched nearby. On Tuesday morning, we saw CJ7 with the remains of a fish on the nest, which is really fascinating to watch, as we haven't seen much of this yet because she's been feeding elsewhere. But Poole Harbour is a fantastic place for ospreys to be. There's an abundance of fish. They even had their own name down on the south, which is the mullet hawk, because of the abundance of grey mullet in the area. And with the shallow waters of the harbour, it's easy pickings for them. It's a great place for them to be. So lots of people have been getting involved with the Osprey project from home, which is great. They've been getting involved in our live question and answer sessions, which we're doing every weekday from 10 till 11 on our YouTube live chat and on our live stream. This is a great way of asking any questions about ospreys in general, about the translocation project, or just kind of anything you want to know about the nest that's there. It's a great way to talk to people while you might be in isolation as well. We're aware that lots of people will be alone, and it's a great way to connect with nature, connect with other people, and learn a bit as well. On weekdays, we're also updating our diary online, so if you head to our website, www.birdsofpooleharbour.co.uk, we've got an Osprey diary on there currently for April, and we just give a brief update for each day so you know what's going on in the harbour. We finally just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who helped support us by funding this camera and is continuing to donate to Birds of Poole Harbour as well. We've been overwhelmed by the response and how many people have been brought joy by watching this camera during this difficult time. So please continue to watch and keep getting involved with the project. Thank you.